Good morning, folks. Thanks so much for checking us out here on MyHighPlains.com. We're taking a look at the severe weather threat come later this afternoon because today, I know that I've been saying for almost a week now that today was going to end up looking like last Thursday. For the most part, we're kind of shaking things out and seeing that we're looking at about the same threat or so. I don't think the tornado threat is quite as high, though I do think that as we head through the day, we do have a better opportunity for severe weather than we had last Thursday, and this is why. Last Thursday morning, there's a couple of showers and storms in parts of Oklahoma. In fact, they rolled through Oklahoma City, brought them some decent-sized hail, some very gusty winds, a lot of rain, especially back toward Moore as they're still cleaning up. But the setup looked like this. So we had a couple of showers and storms. We had that stationary boundary back off to the north and west. And recall that last week we were saying that the stationary boundary would slide off to the south and west and set up somewhere around town, firing off showers and storms. What ended up happening, and a lot of people wondered why we stayed dry all day, those showers and storms in Oklahoma City, as they fell apart, kicked out what we'll go ahead and call outflow, just some cooler air. And what it did is, as it pushed off to the east, it kind of stabilized our air, kind of stabilized the atmosphere for us. At the same time, as this stationary boundary pushed off to the south, of course, when you get behind a front, you stabilize air as well. So we were stable as we headed into the afternoon for the most part. And then as it kicked off to the south, it ended up further south than we were originally anticipating. Fired off some showers and storms down toward Floydada. Those folks had to deal with some very gusty winds, some decent-sized hail, and a couple of reports of a tornado, though I think the National Weather Service last check went out there and it was inconclusive. But then that kicked off some outflows. Those guys pushed off to the south and east. That stabilized us yet again. So a lot of people were sitting here going, hey, Nick, what happened to our chances for some rain? Unfortunately, it stabilized us through all of the different boundary layers that slid through the city, and all we ended up was one shower that pushed off to the northwest and then eventually back to the northeast before falling apart just off to the northwest of town. Add to that, we were also still being influenced by an area of high pressure just off to our east. So there were a lot of factors that kind of mitigated our severe weather threat last week. Those are not necessarily there today. And so for today, the severe weather threat, again, we're looking at a slim to low to medium to even a high threat that you do see a severe thunderstorm. You folks down in some of our southeastern counties under the gun again. I know Childress yesterday had to dodge golf ball hail for a pretty substantial period of time. Even some reports of baseball hail in town. And again, for today, another threat for some severe thunderstorms that does drape back off to the northwest towards you folks in Memphis, Estaline, getting in toward Clarendon. As you make your way back off to the west, Turkey, Kittiquay, Paducah, Matador, and then it does slide back off to the north and east as you head into parts of Oklahoma. The medium threat does include from Beaver back down toward Groom, and as you make your way into Plainview, we'll go ahead and call it a low threat for us here in town. That's a less than 10% chance that a storm does turn severe, but keep in mind that does mean you're also 10 times more likely to see a severe storm today than any other day. Main threats for today, high wind and hail, but we're also watching out for a tornado threat for today, a slim to low to medium threat. Now the key's a little different here. The medium threat is a less than 10% chance that you do see an isolated tornado for today. We're not talking about widespread tornado outbreak, just an isolated tornado, and that's in that same area in some of our southeastern counties. We'll have to watch this very closely. That low threat basically everywhere from Guyman down to Groom and back toward Plainview and points off to the east. So please, if you have any outdoor plans for today, keep an eye to the sky, or you can always keep it here to KAMR NBC4 or right here on MyHighPlains.com as well. Just make sure that you have a NOAA weather radio handy as you head out later today, or at least an app on your cell phone so you can get severe weather updates. So what we're watching for today, winds in excess of 50 miles an hour, hail sizes in excess of an inch. Both of these probably on the low end of the scale to watch out for. My guess would be you probably catch a shower or a storm out there today with winds in excess of 70 and probably catch some hailstones as big as golf balls and baseballs. That's about 2 to 3 inches or so. Cloud to ground lightning, that's always a threat with any thunderstorm. It doesn't have to be severe. And again, for today, we're watching out for the opportunity for an isolated tornado or two with the greatest threat in some of our southeastern counties. So what does the future sky forecast suggest? Well, here we are at 3 o'clock with a couple of showers and thunderstorms starting to pop up. That's when most of the models are pretty consistent, saying initiation with storms between about 2 and 3 o'clock. As we head toward dinner time or so, a couple of showers and storms. It looks like they're starting to form a line, but I think most of these will be discrete which means very isolated. You got one here, one here, one here, and one here instead of just a line of storms. And now this is at dinner time or so, and here in town it looks like future sky forecast suggesting some showers and storms for us. A couple of guys back off to the northeast. Here we are at 7 o'clock, but it's some stronger storms as you make your way down off to the south of town. I think you'll be in the clear in Canyon still, but as you make your way down toward Happy, Tulia, and getting in toward Plainview, keep a heads up and then draping your way back out and into the canyon. And as we head through 8 o'clock or so, all those storms shift off to the east. If you're going to be going up and down 83 later this evening from Shamrock down toward Wellington, getting into Childress, and then back up 287 toward Clarendon. And again, this is that area with the highest threat for not only severe weather, but also the highest tornado threat for today. So again, at 8 o'clock, you're getting right towards sunset. So again, NOAA weather radio for today, app on your cell phone, have a way to get severe weather alerts, and then it kicks on out of here as we head toward 10 p.m. or so. There are some indications that as clouds build back in overnight, we might see a couple of showers here and there and probably a rumble of thunder, but that is about it. Temperatures for today with the dry line set up will be quite warm, but not as warm as yesterday. 92 here in town, 91 in Pampa, 90 in Clarendon, 89 for you folks in Childress. Now on the opposite side of the dry line, you'll be a little bit warmer at 92 in Clovis and 94 in Dalhart, but you will be drier. You don't have to worry about that opportunity for any severe weather. Now we'll be keeping up with this all day long. John will be here all afternoon. Chances are Chris Martin and I will be out storm chasing, trying to keep everyone safe. So please, 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 again, have a way to get severe weather alerts later this afternoon. And at the very least, keep it here to myhighplains.com or check us out on KAMR NBC4 or our sister station KCIT Fox 14. And again, thank you so much for clicking your way to myhighplains.com.